BMW recently unveiled their new iX all-electric SUV coming in 2022. In this video, I will cover all the details that we know so far about this new all-electric SUV, and I will also share my overall reaction as a Tesla fan to the vehicle. Of course, as always, we'll compare this new electric SUV to the current market leader Tesla and see how it compares to the Model Y and the Model X as well. I'm Jonathan, and welcome to Cleanerwatt. As we dive into the specs and features and also my reactions when it comes to the styling and the performance from the iX, I think it's really important first of all to note that I applaud any serious effort, especially from a big auto manufacturer like BMW, to bring a serious EV to market. BMW is not new to EVs, and they have shown some moderate success with the i3, even though it has somewhat of a short range and has quirky looks. The BMW iX appears to be a serious effort from BMW, and I applaud BMW for what appears to be a great EV. When it comes to the exterior styling of the BMW iX, it definitely looks like a BMW, and it shares many design clues with the hatchback i3, a car design I kind of like. However, while BMW fans may appreciate the styling and large kidney-shaped grille on the iX, I really don't love the way it looks, but I don't necessarily hate it either. Once I see the car in person, it will be easier to form a better opinion. However, as it sits now, I definitely prefer the style of other electric SUVs on the market like the Audi e-tron, the VW ID.4, the Tesla Model Y or the Model X, and even the Volvo XC40 Recharge. When it comes to the interior styling, however, I do think that BMW did a decent job on the interior. I appreciate that BMW went with a more modern and clean interior, and they left out a lot of the distracting buttons. The materials and finishes look to be very premium, and I have no doubt that the interior quality and comfort will be best in class. Overall, I like what BMW has done with the interior styling. Now let's set aside the style of the vehicle and let's move on to some of the performance and some of the specifications that we know so far. And also I'm going to compare this to the market leader, the Model X and the Model Y, Tesla's electric SUVs. Now from what we know so far, I think it's going to be best to compare the BMW iX to the Model X because, as we'll see in a second, it's about the same size and I believe it's going to be in about the same price range as well. According to this Electrek article, here's how BMW describes the size of the iX. Quote, "The BMW iX is comparable with a BMW X5 in length and width, and is almost the same height as the BMW X6 on account of its flowing roofline." So if you use the dimensions of the BMW X5 and the X6 to help estimate the size of the iX, as you can see from this chart, the iX will be close in size to that of the Tesla Model X, and the iX will be a decent amount larger than the Tesla Model Y. Although BMW has not given us any official pricing for the iX, I do believe that the MSRP will be somewhat close to the Tesla Model X, and I believe we can use some of the pricing data from the BMW i3 hatchback to help estimate the price of the iX. Currently, you can purchase a brand new BMW i3 for around $46,000. This vehicle gets an estimated EPA range on a full charge of around 153 miles. With that purchase price of roughly $46,000, that gives you a cost per mile of range of almost $300 per mile. So if you use that same number with BMW's estimate that the iX should be able to go around 300 miles on a single charge, that would give you, with that same cost per mile of range, a price of nearly $90,000. If my pricing estimate is correct, here's how the price of the iX might compare to the Tesla Model Y and Model X. Now let's dive into the details around range and efficiency of the BMW iX. According to BMW's website, the iX will have a battery capacity of up to 113 kilowatt hours, and it should be able to travel approximately 300 miles on a single charge. With this information and what we know so far about the iX, you can see that the Model Y, of course, and even the Model X, when it comes to how many miles you can travel per kilowatt hour of electricity and how many watt hours are consumed per mile of driving, you can see that the iX is definitely going to be less efficient than either of the Tesla vehicles. The efficiency of the BMW iX is not going to be awful, but it's definitely not going to be class leading, and it's definitely not going to be anywhere near what Tesla is currently offering. And I believe Tesla's vehicles will get better by 2022 as well. Besides range and efficiency, another really important metric when it comes to an electric vehicle is how fast does it charge on a DC fast charger. Most of your charging will be done at home, and so for that the speed doesn't matter. But when it comes to an SUV and a vehicle that you'd like to travel somewhat long distances with and take trips, fast charging keeps you moving along your journey without adding a lot of time to that trip. According to BMW, the iX should be able to go from around 10% state of charge to an 80% state of charge in around 40 minutes. And as you can see on this chart, when it comes to the charging speeds of the BMW iX, how many miles you're adding per minute of charging as compared to the Model X and the Model Y, it's definitely not going to charge as fast as Tesla vehicles. You also have to keep in mind that we're comparing Tesla's current tech here in 2020 to what BMW is coming out with in 2022. By 2022, Tesla's battery tech will have improved and the charge speeds will be even faster by then, so this comparison will be even more drastic. BMW hasn't given a lot of performance specs on the iX yet, but they did mention that it should be able to go 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 5 seconds. Here's how that compares to the Model Y and the Model X currently available. So in conclusion, when you compare the BMW iX to other electric SUVs in its class like the Audi e-tron or the Mercedes EQC, it definitely appears like it's going to be a better SUV than those two choices. However, when you compare what BMW is going to be offering in 2022 to what Tesla is offering in 2020, BMW is already behind. Tesla is moving so fast, and this makes it really hard for anyone to compete. I do, however, hope that BMW is successful with this SUV and that it comes to market with decent volume and a true 300-mile range. I also hope that it costs less than my $90,000 estimate, because ultimately I want it to replace as many internal combustion engine vehicles as possible. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something as well. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, if you click the bell icon, you'll be notified when new videos are published. Also, if you did like the video, please consider clicking that like button because that helps other people find the video as well. I also wanted to take a moment here at the end of the video to thank the Patreon supporters who support me every month and make this content possible. A special thank you to my performance supporters, Bradford Ferguson of Halter Ferguson Financial, Inku Kang, and Laura Sanborn. Also thank you to the other supporters listed on the screen. Thank you so much.